Hello, everybody. Hope you're happy and healthy. Um, this is a 5-minute video because I'm really tired of hearing all the BS information that people are spouting about viruses. So, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you more about viruses than you probably would learn going to college. Because, not to be arrogant, but none of this information was ever taught to me in any of my college classes. Let's start with this. Um, the Origin of Species by Darwin was published in 1859, and I have some reference material here for dates, so I don't have to remember it all. But November 24th, 1859, Charles Darwin published it, and in that book he talked about survival of the fittest, saying that environmental pressures is what drives evolution. Now, here's the interesting part that you'll never hear. The first virus to be identified was the yellow fever virus in humans in 1881. That's after Darwin published his book. A long time afterwards, 30 years afterwards. Darwin had no idea what he's talking about as far as the evolution of species, because the influence of the viruses on our evolution, is infinitely greater than the influence of our environment. Now, let me give you the example of this. You have 37.2 trillion cells in your body. Remember that number, 37.2 trillion cells. You have 380 trillion viruses in your body right now. That's 10 times more than the amount of bacteria you have in your body. That's 10 viruses for every cell in your body. So when you go to a website talking about viruses, they might have some of this right, but typically they get the other half wrong. I'm reading from Science Daily, 2016 publication. Viruses hijack nearly every function of a host organism's cells in order to replicate and spread. Very, very false opening statement, and I'll explain that in a second. But they go on with a factual statement. So it makes sense that they would drive evolution on the cellular machinery to a greater extent than other evolutionary pressures such as predation or environmental conditions. Absolutely right. They got the second half right, but they were pitifully wrong on the first part. A virus does not hijack your cells. If you're thinking about a lifespan of a virus that hijacks the functions of a body and the body dies, is a failed virus. That virus, all the millions and millions of replications, all die, because as the cells die, the virus dies. So it's a failed expansion. It's an example of a species uh, overusing its environment, overexpanding, over reproducing, collapsing of the environment, and termination. That is a microcosm. That is a microcosm where that virus has invaded your body. You die, your cells die, the virus dies. It's failed. Just like if we ruin our earth and we become extinct because we destroyed our environment, that virus did the same thing. So the idea that viruses are there to hijack and damage your body for production in the hope that it would spread to another body is ridiculous. The fact that you have 380 trillion viruses in your body tells you that that's not the case. A virus is seeking for it's seeking an equilibrium in your body. If you're a computer programmer, you understand this very well. One line of code can change the entire program. A virus is seeking to insert itself and coexist with the host. It's not seeking to destroy the host. The mutations in a virus that cause the host to die are not successful viral mutations. The virus is seeking to live within you as the 380 trillion other viruses are currently living in you. So that's your lesson. Now apply this to coronavirus. Coronavirus, we're fighting to stop people from getting infected. And it saves suffering. Don't get me wrong, people are dying all the time. But as a human being, you need to understand what the coronavirus is seeking to accomplish. The coronavirus is seeking to cohabitate in humans for all time. And it will. The doctors and researchers will tell you that the coronavirus is no longer dangerous to human beings. It's because our genetics have discovered it and will manage its population. Our white blood cells will manage its population. Our immune system will manage its population, and we will coexist with it. It's not a friendly thing that's in our body, but you have trillions of other non-friendly things that are in your body. So now you know much, much more about what a virus actually is, and you won't keep thinking of it as a life form that seeks to destroy humans, because it's not. It's a life form that seeks to cohabitate inside of human bodies, and it will. It will. That's when we're going to have herd immunity. Not because it's not going to be there, it's going to be passed on. Mothers to daughters, mothers to sons. Every generation. It's here forever. And previous mutations of it have been here forever. We can trace it back along its evolutionary line and see that it's been with us since the start. It's just as it mutates, sometimes it causes mutations that kill us. And that's not a successful mutation for the virus. And it always ends up in failure for that mutation. Because if you kill all the hosts, if a virus were infinitely successful and killed us all, it would become extinct. End of story. So there you go. There's your lesson on viruses today. Hope you enjoyed it.